everyone and welcome back to Vlogmas. So today's video is going to be quite a mammoth Zara haul because I popped in there yesterday, as you will have already seen on yesterday's vlog, and I wasn't expecting to get an awful lot, but I had seen a few bits online that I wanted to try in person, and it ended up being quite a spendy session, to be honest. I came back with two massive bags full of clothes, coats, mainly coats actually, and I was really impressed with what they had on offer. I feel like sometimes you go into Zara and you love everything, or sometimes you go in and you can't find even one piece. Yesterday was one of those days where I loved everything, so I wanted to bring a few bits home. I do always feel like the best way to shop, especially in Zara, is to buy the bits, bring it home, and then try it on at home with all the other pieces in your wardrobe, because then you can really see if it's going to fit properly with what you already have, what you already own, and if you really like it. So that's what I did. That is why I have gone a tiny bit crazy. So forgive me if you think, wow, this girl shops a lot. I know I do a lot of hauls on my channel, but I really don't keep everything. So please do feel free to comment down below with what you think I should keep and what you think I should take back. But anyway, without further ado, I'm going to show you the first few bits because otherwise I could be waffling on forever. So the first piece that I got is something that you will have probably seen on various Instagrams and lots of your friends already. I feel like this is a really iconic jumper for Zara this season, and I couldn't help myself. I had to get one, I had to try it out for myself. So this is their pearl detail jumper. I did get it in the grey, but I know they have a number of other colours as well. It does have the slightly dropped sleeve with the big bell bit at the bottom, and it's just a really lovely cozy jumper. It's so soft. I thought this would be perfect just to throw over with a pair of jeans and boots. I love that it's a statement jumper. It's a bit different to your usual knitwear. I did have to get it in a medium though because they didn't have any other sizes in stock. It was $49.99, which I think is a little bit pricey for Zara, but I know that this is one of their most iconic pieces this season and everyone is dying to get their hands on one, so I did want to pick one up and try it on. I'm not sure how it's going to look on me because sometimes knitwear can look quite bulky. I do have the kind of frame that I have to wear things that are quite tight fitted, otherwise I can look quite boxy. But I do really love this, and it actually looks better in person than I thought it would, and the pearls are so pretty. The only thing I'm slightly concerned about is how you wash this jumper. I reckon it's probably dry clean only, which is slightly irritating, but obviously if you did pop it in the washing machine you'd probably lose about 50 pearls, so I wouldn't want to try that one. As you will have seen from my Vlogmas already, I have been to pretty much every Christmas market in the UK so far, but we are planning to go to a few more over the Christmas period, so I'm sure this would be such a lovely thing to wear under a big coat, just with a pair of jeans, and as I said, a pair of boots as well. So I'm really pleased that I managed to find one of these in my local Zara. So I do really like this jumper on. It is really pretty and the pearls are gorgeous. It's such a stunning statement jumper, and the colour is lovely, and it's really thick and warm and cozy and soft, and the sleeves look great. But for me, I'm just not entirely sure that it's worth £50. It does actually have a hole in the sleeve as well, which I don't think there is meant to be one there, so I'm gonna have to take this one back anyway, which is a shame. But I don't know, do you think I should keep it, or do you think I should try and get one without a hole in it? Do you think it's worth £50? I'm just not entirely convinced, but let me know what you think. Next up is this really gorgeous mustard coloured coat. Now, I wasn't actually sure about this when I first saw it. It was my boyfriend that picked it up and said, I think you'd look really good in this, the colour is gorgeous and it feels so warm. And I agreed with him. I think this is such a beautiful colour to wear in winter. It goes with red, black, blue. It's quite a versatile colour even though it is quite statement. It's also got this brown furry lining, which I love. I am just the coldest person ever. I seem to get cold when everybody else is warm, but I always seem to be cold, so I do have to wear a lot of layers, and usually That can make me look quite bulky because I have so many different layers on. I might be warm, but I'm not necessarily happy with how the outfit looks. So I have been looking for a coat that has lots of internal layers inside it, and so that you don't have to wear a zillion jumpers to feel warm. This seemed to be the perfect thing. I love that it has a high neck and you can zip it right up to the top, so you don't necessarily need to bulk yourself up with a scarf as well. It does have this gorgeous brown furry lining, which I'm sure will be extremely warm. And obviously it's got a detachable hood as well with the furry lining, and then it's got a fur all the way around the hood as well. I just love how this coat went together. It has lots of different details, but it really, really works. And I think this will look so, so pretty on with a pair of black jeans, boots, and you can pretty much, you're good to go. You don't need to pack loads of layers on underneath. It was $69.99, so slightly pricey, but still very affordable, especially considering it's so well made and so well insulated as well. God, I sound like such a grandma, don't I? Well insulated. But you do have to think practically, because especially if you feel the cold, you don't want to be miserable all day feeling freezing. So it is really worth investing in a coat that's both practical and stylish, and I think this coat ticks both of those boxes. This jacket is so gorgeous. I love it even more on than off actually. It nips you in right in the waist, which I feel is quite a rarity for coats, especially when they're bulky like this. Sometimes you can feel a bit like the Michelin Man when it's a puffy one with sort of internal linings, but this one looks really, really flattering. I feel like it fits me well. The hood as well isn't sort of really bulky, so it bulks up this area, and I really, really love this coat actually. I'm much more impressed than I thought I would be, and I just think the brown contrasting sort of detailing all the way down and the lining as well, it just works really, really well together, and it's such a gorgeous coat, and I think definitely well worth the $69.99. Up next is a cable knit turtleneck jumper dress. Now, I love jumper dresses, as you will already know if you watch my channel. I'm a bit obsessed. I just think you can piece together a really lovely and quite effortless outfit using a jumper dress and a pair of over-the-knee boots and a coat. So I do love my jumper dresses, but they've always kind of cut away just above the knee. Now, I'm quite short. Well, I wouldn't say short, but I'm quite average height for a girl, I suppose. I'm about 5'4". But I don't have very long legs, so I do tend to find that if I wear things that go past the knee, it can sort of cut me off and I look a little bit stumpy. So this dress I'm not sure about because it is pretty much ankle length. It is a really lovely bodycon ribbed fit, so hopefully that should tailor me in and not swallow me up, because I know longer dresses can have a tendency to do that. But I just really, really loved the quality of this. It wasn't expensive at all. Let me have a look. It was $29.99, and I did get it in a medium because that was the only size that they had. But I do think that this could look really, really pretty with a pair of ankle boots. Again, it'll keep you really warm because you haven't got any leg on show. And I just think I'll be able to layer this up and it look really, really pretty. So I could be wrong. I could look absolutely hideous in it, but I'm gonna give it a go anyway and see how it looks. Okay, so I feel like I'd love this dress on other people, but on me, I feel like a bit of a snake. I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like it accentuates all the wrong parts, and I'm just really not sure about it. It also cuts off at a really unflattering length, I think, for me. So it's slightly disappointing because I really wanted to like this one, and I'd like it if it came to about here, but I'm just not sure it's me, to be honest. So that's a shame, but I think this one will be going back. The one thing that I didn't realise it had is these sort of slits on the sleeves, which I think is a really nice little addition. Next up, we have an oversized plain white sweater. This is really weirdly, it's actually in euros, so I don't know why it's like that. So I can't tell you how much it is in pounds because I got it for €15.95 apparently. But it is an oversized sweater, so it will come down to just above the knee, and I really, really love this because I feel like you can wear it with leggings, you can wear it with jeans, you could even wear it with over the knee boots if you're feeling brave. And it's just a really, really versatile white sweater that you can change up, layer and style as you please. I have a lot of plain sweaters in my wardrobe just because I think if all else fails, you can just pop one of these on and it look really lovely. You can also nip it in with a belt, or you could put a shirt underneath and kind of have more of a collar. So it's a really, really versatile piece. I don't have a white one in my wardrobe, which is why I thought I could justify this one. And it also has the softest fleecy lining inside, so hopefully it should be really lovely and warm. So this is the white sweater dress, which I actually really love. I know it is massively oversized and I feel a bit like Kylie Jenner in it. I don't know why, I feel like she goes for really oversized stuff and pulls it off. I'm not sure if I can pull it off, but I do really like the effect, especially with these leather trousers that I have. These are like burgundy leather trousers from Reiss. And I really like the overall effect actually. It is very, very bulky. And I feel like in pictures I might look like a sack of potatoes, but I do really like it. And I think it's quite a nice staple to have, especially because it was so cheap. It is really warm as well, and I feel like if I was feeling daring, I could wear it with a pair of over-the-knee boots as well. So what do you think of this one? It doesn't kind of go off the shoulder. It would be quite cool if it did, but it does have quite a big neckline. So I'm quite impressed with this one. Something else that I could wear the previous item with is this lovely navy blue, I think it's navy blue, I can't really tell in this light, navy blue faux leather skirt. Now, I don't think you can go wrong with a leather skirt or a pleather skirt over the winter season. This one will look really, really gorgeous with a couple of the kind of tight-fitting turtleneck tops that I have in my wardrobe already. You can wear it with tights, over-the-knee boots. It's just a really, really lovely, versatile piece that I think will be a great addition to my wardrobe, because I do have a burgundy one of this, well, it's sort of a similar style to this, but probably not as rough effect leather. But I'm really, really excited to wear this one. You could even team it with a really tacky Christmas jumper and it would still look great, which I know is something that I'm trying to do on Christmas Day. I'm still debating whether I should buy everyone like a jokey Christmas jumper to wear, because we're actually hosting Christmas Day this year. And if you can't wear a really ugly, tacky Christmas jumper other than Christmas Day, when can you? So let me know if you think that I should do that. I don't know why I've got onto the tangent of Christmas jumpers, but there you go. Now this skirt I did get in a medium because I do find that Zara sizing can be slightly off, especially on the bottom half. And there's nothing worse than having a too tight skirt on Christmas Day when you just want to stuff yourself with pigs in blankets. So I did get it in a slightly bigger size than usual, but it was only $19.99, and I feel like that's a really, really good price for a skirt that I know will be a staple piece in my wardrobe beyond this season. The skirt I am not sure about. I do really like it, but it's just a little bit too big. I don't know whether you can see on camera. It's just not quite fitting me how I want it to. I do have a fairly, well, I say a fairly small, I have a relatively small in comparison to my hips waist, so often it's quite hard to find skirts and shorts and things on the bottom. But I do like the skirt in general. I love the A-line, I love these panels on the front. I don't know whether you can see that on camera. And I do really like the skirt in general. I just think maybe I'd need to size down. However, I do know in Zara that their sizes tend to vary depending on what you get. So maybe the size down would be okay. Maybe this skirt just isn't destined to fit me, but let me know what you think anyway. Now next up is a top that would quite easily go with that skirt actually, because it's a really, really pretty fitted, contrasting black and white sort of high neck top. Now this was only $15.99, and again I feel like it's such a gorgeous staple to have. It's really warm because it is a really tight kind of bodycon fit, and I really, really loved this pretty frilly contrast detailing as well. It just gives it something a bit different because it's not just a plain black top. I do tend to wear a lot of fitted tops, So I think this one will be a great addition. I love the ribbed effect. I don't know whether you can see that on camera, but it is slightly kind of corduroy, but diagonally rather than down, which I think will be really flattering as well. So this is the top, which I really like actually. I do think these little ruffle contrasting bits work really well to make it a bit more of a statement top. And it's just bodycon all the way down, very fitted. I just think it's really pretty, and I know I will get a lot of wear out of it because I do have lots of these kind of tops already, just none with the contrasting details. And last but certainly not least is probably my favourite item of all. So this is a really gorgeous leather jacket with this very contrasting collar. I do admittedly have a coat that's very similar to this. In fact, I wore it on the shopping trip yesterday if you want to see what it looks like. But it does have a really oversized collar, and sometimes I find it can look really rubbish in pictures, or it can be really annoying to have such a big collar. This one just looks more neat, more refined, it's slightly more structured in its fit, and I just really love how elegant and classy it looks. I think this kind of jacket is such a staple piece in any wardrobe. I know it's been on trend for a couple of seasons now because my coat before, I think I must have got it about 2 years ago actually, and I still seem to wear it every winter. So I really do love those coats that seem to transcend every season, and I do feel like this coat will be one of them. The only thing I'm slightly concerned about is this furry collar does seem to molt. I don't know whether you're seeing lots of white fur in the camera at the moment, but it is slightly molting, which is annoying if you've got clothes that you don't want to get white fur all over. But I think it should be super warm because it is lined with the same fur all the way inside. It was $69.99, which in my eyes, I think because I always see Zara as so affordable, in my eyes that does seem slightly expensive, but if you were going anywhere else like Topshop or River Island, you'd probably be expecting to pay around the same. So I am really pleased with this one. I already have a few outfits in mind that I think I want to team it with, so let me know what you think when you see it on. So I do really love this jacket. I think it's so classy. It looks so much more expensive than £70 actually, and it's very soft both on the inside and on the outside as well, where they've got the really smooth leather. It does have a lot of zips going on, which I wasn't sure about, but it looks really nice. The final effect and the final finish is really gorgeous, and I think it looks a lot more high quality than Zara. It is the perfect fit even when sort of done up, so I'm really impressed with this one. It's probably my favourite piece of all of the bits that I bought. So there we have it. That's everything that I picked up from Zara on my most recent trip. Actually, looking at what I got, I don't think I spent as much as I thought I did, so I don't feel quite as guilty. I thought I got about double that. So it wasn't actually as mammoth as I thought it was, but I did pick up a few really lovely bits that I think are going to slot into my wardrobe really nicely and go with what I already have. Please do feel free to let me know what you think of all the items I got, or maybe you've bought them for yourself and you have some tips on what to style them with. I will be featuring some of these items in a lookbook coming up in a few days' time, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I do really hope you enjoyed seeing all of the bits and enjoyed this video, and that perhaps you're enjoying Vlogmas as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again for another Vlogmas video tomorrow.